Good morning, everybody. I'm Fanula, living, working, and gardening in gorgeous Zone 9B. And right now, it is time to talk about hydrangeas, because hydrangeas are incredible this time of year. Specifically, I'm going to talk about the Mophead hydrangeas because, look, this is the time of year they're totally coming into their own. You see all the incredible colors available, and you get to pick which one you want to see in your garden for years and years to come. And I love Mopheads for so many reasons. The name is kind of cute, apart from anything else. Not as apt as you could think, but I guess you could look at this and think mop, I don't know, way too gorgeous to be just called Mophead for me, but that's what we know them by, and that's what I'm going to talk about. Now, the actual official name of the Mophead hydrangea is Hydrangea macrophylla, which means big leaf. And they do have big leaves. They've got big leaves, massive big flower heads, and they come in such a range of gorgeous colors, from super elegant white all the way to deep, deep purple. And there's more to a lot of the varieties than that too. I mean, you can get varieties with beautiful dark stems. I particularly love Glacier Bay hydrangea from in the Seaside Serenade collection from Monrovia. Love that one. I'll show you that in a moment. But also you can get really, really dark foliage varieties. So you can get pretty much almost year-round interest from your Mophead hydrangea. So many people think they are tricky to grow, and yes, for sure, there are some tricks to it, and I'm going to share those a little bit later on, so make sure you stay all the way to the end. But first, let me show you this one. This might be my new favorite. It's called Pebble Beach. It's also from the Seaside Serenade collection from Monrovia. And look at it. Just look at these muddy colors. You know how much I love Coco Loco Rose in the whole rose family. And I love it because of the variation of color in the blooms. Well, you're kind of getting this same thing from Pebble Beach. The new flowers emerge bright, bright chartreuse. The older flowers keep morphing, and I have not seen this one before this year, so I don't know what the really old flowers look like. I've seen photos, but I haven't seen it with my own two eyes. But so far, I'm super impressed with this one. So let's jump right into the various varieties of Mophead hydrangeas that I truly, truly love, and then I'll tell you all about how to grow them. Okay, this is Glacier Bay. I mentioned this in the intro because I absolutely love the elegance of this one. You've got the really dark stems, the really green leaves, and then the flower heads are simply stunning. They look like lace caps, but they are a Mophead. Once all these little buds are open, you're going to get pristine white blooms against the deep green foliage. Now this beauty gets about 3 feet tall and wide, so it stays relatively compact in your garden. And I just can't even imagine what it would look like massed in the garden. It would be absolutely stunning. Now this here, I love the black stems, by the way, absolutely love it. And Blue Enchantress does that also. But the difference between Blue Enchantress and Glacier Bay, you can absolutely see it. All the blooms come out more or less at the same time. You get these big, giant Mophead clusters of gorgeous violet, lilac blue blooms against beautiful foliage, dark stems. Now, Blue Enchantress, truly, truly enchanting, gets about 5 feet tall and wide. So a little bit bigger, a little bit more of a presence in the garden, and absolutely stunning when you're going for clouds of blue. So love that one. Let's get back over here to the Pebble Beach though, because honest to God, I cannot get enough of this one. This is Seaside Serenade Pebble Beach. Look at the color. How do you even describe that? Mauve, pink, dusky pink, touches of purple, chartreuse to start with. And the stems aren't black on this one, but they are a deep color. So you get that contrasting stem, foliage, and bloom color going on. Truly, truly delightful. Now this one ends up around 3 to 4 feet tall. And I imagine if it's super happy in your garden, it might be billowy, not on the compact side, but billowy and beautiful. If you want to keep it tight, that's all to do with pruning. But look at the colors. Look at the colors. Look at the size of the bloom head. Here's my hands. Here's the bloom head. There's my face. I mean, so, so, so impressive. There's so much in the world of Mophead hydrangeas, and I really do love the Seaside Serenade series. I'm not sponsored by Monrovia or anything, but I love them because of the vigor and the health. You can't beat them. They're just so stunning. This one right here, this is Kitty Hawk, and I love cut flowers. I love plants that serve double duty in the garden. I love the blooms of Kitty Hawk for cutting when they're super young like this. The color is just quite incredible, very spring-like, very fresh, very beautiful. And it emerges into an even larger green, blush pink kind of a bloom head. They're so gorgeous. When they're fully mature, they're much pinker. But there's so much going on with this. I truly can't say enough about it. There is one more that I really have to mention. Again, it's from Monrovia. It is totally stunning. It's the first year I've brought it in, and I love this plant. Look at it. It's called High Fire. Look at the contrast between the brand new blooms and as they mature, just how dark they get. And High Fire is pretty stunning. It's very sturdy, very beautiful blooms. It's going to end up around 5 feet tall and 5 feet wide. So just imagine this in the garden. It can go in a pot too, just like all the other hydrangeas I mentioned, but you want a pretty big pot for a 5-foot plant. But High Fire, look at this one. And now I want to tell you, how do you grow a Mophead hydrangea? What are the tricks to keeping them happy? So, main thing here in Zone 9B is that you want to have them with bright morning sun, lots of lovely morning sun. But once the sun gets overhead, you want to make sure they're in the shade. Afternoon sun around here totally fries the foliage. Really, really unhappy. It doesn't kill the plant, but fried foliage is not attractive. Plus it removes all the ability of the leaves to do the photosynthesizing. That's not good. So the best thing to do, morning sun, afternoon shade. Once the sun gets around noon, 12:30, 1 o'clock, you want to make sure your beautiful Mophead hydrangea is shaded. The other thing that is key to Mopheads around here is water. Now we really do tend to go towards drought-tolerant planting as often as we possibly can around here. Water shortages, we're in a Mediterranean climate after all. You know, you got to work with your climate. However, Mophead hydrangeas are so worth that diverting the water over to them. So it's not a bad idea here and there to have yourself your specially loved plant, and that's where it gets the water. So hydrangeas, they love their water. They are not drought-tolerant plants at all. There are some hydrangeas that are a little more on the drought-tolerant side. We're going to talk about them another day. Mopheads are not those hydrangeas. So yes, regular water. So the colors of your hydrangeas, we all know about the more acid it is, the bluer the flowers. There's one thing about these Seaside Serenade ones, very, very consistent flowering, no matter what the pH is. However, having said that, all hydrangeas do prefer the soil to be more on the acidic side, less on the alkaline side. So acid soil is really good for your Mophead hydrangeas. And that's easily enough achieved with an acid fertilizer or planting them with azalea mix or something like that. They are so absolutely fabulous. So regular irrigation, acid soil, afternoon shade, and your Mophead hydrangeas are going to be so, so thrilled. So there you go. One more thing I wanted to mention about the soil. When you're planting a new hydrangea, including all the Mopheads, you want to really start off with good, very rich, very well mended soil. But you also want to make sure it drains well. Hydrangeas aren't as fussy as, you know, say a succulent with the drainage, but at the same time, you do not want the water pooling and causing rot problems. So make sure your soil is drained well and slightly on the acidic side when you're getting started. The other thing a lot of people get very, very confused about with hydrangeas in general is pruning. And the mopheads do make it difficult to tell when you're supposed to prune it, because the best time to prune your mophead is right after flowering. And the way the flowers stay on the plant and look incredible all the way into the winter, basically, that makes it difficult to know exactly when you're supposed to prune. What you don't want to do is to prune off all of next year's flowering buds. So, best thing to do is to harvest these blooms, bring them indoors, and don't let them dry on the plant. There's birds flying around, and I know there's a bird's nest around here somewhere, so I'm just kind of keeping an eye out to see if I can figure out where that nest is. So what you're going to do with pruning, say this one, I'd probably wait another 2 weeks or so, deadhead this particular one, take it down to some new growth down here, and then bring that bloom indoors to decorate with. But yeah, most mopheads produce their blooms. Oh my goodness, all right, I got distracted, so sorry. Yes, pruning a mophead hydrangea. Just ask, just come on in. I can demonstrate it any time at all for you. So really, yes, right after they finish blooming is the absolute best time to prune your mophead hydrangeas to make sure you don't prune off next year's flowering buds. So there you have it. I hope you liked this video. I hope you enjoyed my top 5 favorite mopheads to grow here in beautiful Zone 9B. And yeah, share with me, what is your favorite hydrangea? I know in the whole rest of the country and everybody else's different zones, you can grow your hydrangeas in different exposures, sun exposures, but here in our general area, afternoon shade is a must, regular water is a must. That acidic soil is a given all over the place, but the top 5 favorites, maybe you've got different ones. So drop me a comment, let me know what is your favorite hydrangea to grow, your favorite mophead, and why. And yeah, I always love hearing about everybody else's choices. I love learning about new things. So there you go. If you can't visit me here at Cottage Gardens of Petaluma, make sure you check out my Facebook page or Instagram. But of course, the best thing to do is to come on in and say hi. I'm here, Petaluma, Cottage Gardens, and we would love to see you. In the meantime, everybody, I hope you have a wonderful week. Enjoy this gorgeous spring we're having, and I will see you next time. Happy gardening!